Absolutely remarkable. My nerves are shot to bits. Can't imagine what you feel like if you are a Quins fan or a Bordeaux fan right now. What a match we have just seen. If that is setting the tone for the way the quarterfinals of the Champions Cup are going, bring it on. Although I might need to have a stiff drink during the next one. What a match. I've just finished watching. The full-time whistle has just gone in Bordeaux. It was an absolute thriller. If you don't want to know the result, well, look away, because congratulations, Harlequins. What a famous victory. 42 points to 41. That had absolutely everything. It was epic. And these are my thoughts immediately following the final whistle. Very little time to process it. And, well, like I say, I can't imagine how you're feeling if you're a Quins fan. What bravery they showed to win that game. They did it in a very Quinsy fashion, playing incredibly, getting out to a lead and then seeing that lead entirely gobbled up. What was different about what has happened in the past with Quins is the resolve they showed to go behind and then to come back and win it. That absolutely incredible. And do you know what? My overwhelming thoughts on this game are what an advert for a summer rugby. If anyone wanted to try and convince me that playing rugby in better weather conditions was the way to go, then that was it. What was that? Was that 11 tries or 12 tries, was it? Unreal. The atmosphere was incredible, and this competition is the pinnacle of club rugby. Let me try and take you through it. That was apparently this was a little shot from inside the dressing room as Quins ran out onto the pitch today. Because I've got to hold my hands up and say, fair play, I did not see that coming. I thought Quins had a shot, as I said on the preview video a couple of days ago. I thought they had a shot. Did not see that though. I thought Bordeaux would win. I thought Quins would be competitive and had the ability to fire shots, but I didn't see them managing to pull off a victory. They've never been to the Final Four in the Champions Cup. They've won the Challenge Cup, never been to the Final Four, and what a way to do it. Of course, the atmosphere, the crowd, Bordeaux absolutely played their part. Their fans will be devastated again. And I don't know, tell me what you think in the comments. I would say there's as much Bordeaux feeling like they lost it as feeling like they came up against a side that won it. All right, we can get into the ins and outs of that one, but I mean, they were already without Matthew Jalabert, and what a difference he made. We can talk about Garcia, the starting fly half, in a minute. But no Damien Penaud. When the teams got announced, that looked like a big miss. And yeah, it was a big miss. Quins, that said, some of the players that stepped up and did the business today are not currently international players, but should be international players. Finn Baxter and Will Collier, the two props for Harlequins, were absolutely immense. And up against, for Finn Baxter to rough up Big Ben Tamifuna, 150 kilos, much hailed prop, on an absolute king's ransom of a wage at Bordeaux, for Finn Baxter at 22 years of age to do what he did to him today, to give him a proper working over. He's just, in that game today, surely he's earned his spot on the plane to New Zealand with England this summer. What a performance. And Will Collier, if you've listened to the podcast that I do, if you've watched me talk on this channel before, I talk all the time. Will Collier, and I've said it many times, Will Collier should have been playing rugby for England for years. He is an exceptional tight head prop. I cannot understand why he has been so underused in recent years. And now he's going off to France next season, so England can't use him, but there you go. Anyway, let's get on with the game. I mentioned, the big name players that weren't there for Bordeaux. Equally, when you saw the selection, there was no Danny Kerr in that Harlequins lineup. Porter getting the shout. And again, there's a couple of players that stood up for Quins today in that first half that, whilst it was bad for Wasps and for London Irish, one of the reasons I think English clubs are being able to compete so well this year in the Champions Cup is because they have hoovered up. The remaining 10 clubs have hoovered up the players from those clubs that went bust. And Will Porter from Wasps and Chandler Cunningham South from London Irish were massive in those opening moments. What a performance from Porter, completely vindicating his selection. I'm trying to just get my head around what actually happened. Yeah, so it was Porter, the early try after a big carry from Chandler Cunningham South. Esther Hazen in support and putting Porter in. Will Evans was doing his normal job, getting loads of turnovers. It went up to 14-0 when there was a penalty try. And again, this forward domination from Quins in the game is probably, I would say, as much as there were however many tries, 10, 11, 12, was it? The big story of the game and the difference was the forward domination, the maul tries for Harlequins, the scrum penalties for Harlequins. I did not see that coming, and that's probably where the game was won. Maxime Lucu, who had a really good game, and he was one of the Bordeaux players that did stand up and do his bit. He scored to cut the deficit, but then another Porter try, an absolutely awesome try. Started inside Quins zone 22, Caden Murley, Alex Dombrandt, then a Porter chip and chase, and they are 21 points to 12 up and flying. And then, Garcia, the fly half for Bordeaux. Matthew Jalabert would not have butchered the try that, I counted last week Bordeaux messed up 4 tries, but they scored a hatful of others against Saracens. They butchered 4 tries in this match, and Garcia, probably the worst of the lot, all he had to do was pass the ball to Louis Bielbiere and they were walking in. It's the rugby equivalent of missing an open goal, and how big does that look now? He had a shocker. Immediately after that, Finn Baxter works over Ben Tamafuna for a scrum penalty, and then Garcia knocks it on. Then there's another scrum penalty, and then there's a try for Will Evans, meaning the half ends 12 to 28. And that was the end for Garcia, who played brilliantly last week against Saracens, had an absolute stinker for Bordeaux. Lucu moved out to 10, and they look so much better. And God, I'm getting ahead of myself. Where's all the... Oh yeah, we've got to talk about the umbrellas. If Bordeaux can't handle the sun, how are they going to handle Finn Baxter and Will Collier and Marcus Smith? Come on, lads. It's like Mary Poppins just flown in to give you a spoonful of sugar for the second half. Come on, lads. So yeah, the umbrellas were out a couple of times. Quins didn't bother with any of the umbrellas. They deserved to lose for that alone. They're as I say, 28 to 12 half time. Second half, that pickup by Nicolas Deportier. Oh my goodness, that was an absolute worldy bit of skill. You see the forward, I can't remember which player, one of the forwards, one of the front rowers, gives a speculative offload. Deportier picks it off his laces and gasses in for a try. Absolutely awesome, and it looked like the comeback was on. Quins were starting to tire. Maxime Lucu scored a penalty to bring the deficit to 6 points, and it got back to a 6-point game, but that is after Dombrandt scored, Louis Bielbiere scored, Tamboué scored to put Bordeaux ahead. Really rubbish ball. Bordeaux were chucking the ball way back. They went 30 metres back in order for BORDEAUX and Louis Bielbiere to gas it on the outside. Quins looked absolutely gassed. Lewis Liner maybe messed up, maybe got made to look a bit stupid by Louis Bielbiere. And then we get into the final 10 minutes with Bordeaux 1 point up. Sam Riley looks like he's done it again like he did against Glasgow, and he scores a try from a maul, but he knocks it on over the line, and you think it's over. But this was the resilience of Quins in this game. Tyrone Green did score soon afterwards, and that's the bravery, that's the heart that Quins showed, and that a lot of people, myself included, didn't think they had that level in them to take it from Bordeaux. But then, on 74 minutes, Tamboué to score, and I tell you what, I have to say, I'm scooting well ahead. Where am I at? Oh, that was the BORDEAUX break for the Tamboué try. But the full time, it finished 42-41, and those last few moments, that try from Tamboué, what he managed to do to get the extra 10 to 15 metres towards the post after he scored was huge. He got over the try line, managed to evade the tackle, ran around 2 Quins players to get 10-15 metres closer to the posts. Very kickable from Lucu, and he missed it. And that was it. Quins squeezed the clock out, used the penalty, used the clock, used the scrum to win the penalty, and the game was done. And it is a famous victory. And the Quins fans who went out there not only got a dose of sunshine for the weekend in Bordeaux and a beautiful city and an amazing mecca of rugby. I'm looking out of my window right now, and it is it's been raining today and it's cold, and it's just still waterlogged everywhere. So Quins fans, enjoy a glass of Bordeaux in the evening sunshine today, What a fixture, what a match. Now we get to go and watch the champions La Rochelle against the runners-up Leinster. This weekend is epic and I love it. Thank you for watching already. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a thumbs up and I will see you on the next one. Well played, Quins.